And I was on the train and I had this mad panic attack where I was like, oh my God, I think I'm gonna die. Hey, I'm Henry Moodie, I'm a singer-songwriter, and this is my story. I think I realised the importance of mental health, and I think quite a lot of people did during lockdown. I think because you spent so much time sort of by yourself and left to your thoughts, and a lot of people did a lot of reflecting then, and I did a lot of reflecting. I think, yeah, during COVID was when I really realised like how important it is just to do small daily things every single day to keep mental health in a healthy position. I've always been like a very anxious kid. I actually used to have like tics, like anxiety-induced Tourette's almost when I was a kid, because I didn't quite clock like what anxiety was at the time. I was just very overwhelmed by my life, and like I got bullied in school and stuff, and I found it really difficult. You know, I never really go to the playground. I would like sort of hide away in the music block. I started songwriting so much that year. It was just like this moment in year 9 where I was like, oh my God, this is just my absolute favorite thing to do. And it just turned my life around. Like if I was going through something in the day at school, I'd go home and I'd just write a song about it. It is just the most powerful tool for me. It's almost like a lot of like therapists and stuff say keep a diary. And I guess songwriting is kind of my version of keeping a diary. Pick up the phone. I wrote that song when I did like a solo trip to New York, and it was super fun. But at the same time, I was sort of in this massive city completely by myself. Being 18 in New York, feeling lonely, sort of did almost like bring me back to that little kid who felt quite alone. So I wrote Pick Up the Phone for that person, for like 13-year-old Henry, just saying like, it's gonna be okay. Everyone needs a bad day, like you get through this, you're gonna come out the other side. That helped me so much. So if I can do that for someone else, that's so important. And people come up to me at shows and stuff, and they say that like Pick Up the Phone or something has really helped them through a hard time. That it's just the most fulfilling thing ever when someone says that. I have another song called Bad Emotions. I struggle quite a lot with like panic attacks and like dissociation and just anxiety. And I was on the train to the studio when I wrote that song, and I had this mad panic attack where I was like, oh my God, I think I'm gonna die. I don't think I can go into the studio and speak to anyone right now. It was just like I was living in this weird dream almost, and I was just afraid of just like being afraid. It was the weirdest thing. So I put on a podcast, I texted the producer, said, hey, I'm so sorry, I'm running half an hour late. Scrapped the idea that I had for that day, and I was like, I just want to write a song about my mental health, because I know if I do that, then maybe I can process it and come out the other side and feel so much better. That really proved to me that like giving into your anxiety is never the way to go, and just facing it head on and actually just like embracing it and thinking about it and writing about it. That's another song that like I think is like almost reflects the truest form of me being an artist, which is just like writing songs for myself and to get through difficult times and to process things. There's so many artists that I look up to, such as Taylor Swift, Conan Gray, Olivia Rodrigo. They're so unapologetically vulnerable with their songs, and I think when you listen to someone be so open, it kind of like makes you feel comfortable expressing your own emotions and stuff. So I try my best to be as open in my music and just show to everyone that it's important to be open and vulnerable about your mental health, because you can move people so much by just being true to yourself and being open. A lot of the time I do think like, oh, there's a lot of eyes on me. So when you're being vulnerable, like you are speaking to quite a lot of people, and that can be quite intimidating sometimes. But I do just keep reminding myself that like all those people that I looked up to that were vulnerable helped me so much. So if I do that, I can hopefully inspire other people to be vulnerable. One of my favourite songs growing up was The Climb by Miley Cyrus. I used to sing it on road trips with my family, and I still listen to it all the time because I just think that song is genius. Basically means it's about the journey itself, live in the moment, be where you are, otherwise you'll miss out on life. So I always have that in the back of my mind. I think when you're going through a hard time, it's sometimes impossible to think that that time is actually helping you in some way, but a lot of the time when you get out of that and you look back, you realise that's almost like strengthened you as a human and as a person. So I always try and stay optimistic and think like, this week is so tough, but next week, maybe I'll look back and be like, oh, I got through that week and I've learned something from that experience, whatever I was going through, and it's just strengthened me as a person. From me to you, I just want to say, first of all, I'm so proud of you. You're doing so well. You watching this video is you taking a step to want to improve and make your mental health better, which is, I think, the most important thing. And also, if you're going through a hard time right now, all it's going to do is strengthen you as a person. You're going to get out the other side. You're going to look back and realize, God, I learned so much from this specific hard time. And I'm almost grateful I went through it because it strengthened me and built me up as a person.